Hello, Mensan, Hikimemorikotes, and welcome to another tier list. It's been a while since I did the last one. This is gonna be the King of Fighters. Supposedly all the characters tier list. I don't know if it's all the characters, but there's a lot of characters I don't even know. Hello, Monimerset. Thank you for coming to the stream. How are you doing? Finally, you're right at the beginning. Hello, Alts. Thank you for coming to the stream. Both of you guys appear to be number one to me, so it's kind of weird. We're gonna have to wait until Munimi writes another message to know for real, but we'll see. So, quick disclaimer on this. I'm not up to date with the most recent King of Fighters characters. I was a huge fan 15 years ago or so, and then I kind of stopped playing the games. I kind of don't know the most recent stories of the game, right? So I'm gonna go with the characters I know first, and then maybe we can go with the characters I'm not that familiar with. Actually, you're number two. I can see your message now. Hello, RB Productions. Thank you for coming to the stream. How are you doing? Okay, so we're gonna complement the tier list with the official SNK Corporation webpage about the characters, which it's the one I'm gonna take for, like, this is the truth about the characters, right? It comes straight from the official website, right? So the first one I do recognize, it's Andy Bogart, right? So we're gonna look for Andy here. And again, I'm not gonna go into detail with each character because we learned from the Blue Archive tier list that if I try to go into detail with every character, this is gonna be a 5-hour video, and no one wants that, right? So we can see Andy Bogart, which is the brother of Terry Bogart. I guess you can guess that. I really don't like this character. Like, he's supposed to be the husband, right, of Mei, right, of Mai Shiranui, and I don't like the way he fights. He's like all this serious guy. Again, for what I remember from the 94, 95, 98 games, right? So I will call this character the one that suffers from my brother is much more cooler than me, because his brother is Terry Bogard, right? I guess everyone, even the people that don't play King of Fighters, knows Terry. You know, the guy with the red cap that says, "Hey, come on." Just like that, right? So sadly, I will go quickly and put this guy on, like, C tier, because honestly, he's the Luigi to Terry. Yeah, that's exactly correct. That's a good way of putting it, right? It doesn't matter how cool you are. If you're brother with this so much more cooler than life guy, the lone wolf, he appears in all the collabs and you don't, which is kind of a shame, right? And it's also a shame that you're the husband or the boyfriend of Mai Shiranui, which also happens to be the most popular female King of Fighters character. So both your brother and your wife are so much more popular than you, and it just sucks for Andy, right? It's just a shame. Like, everyone you date and everyone related to you is so much more cooler than you. So also, his skills are not that amazing, right? I guess we can see some screenshots in here, maybe. Like, you can see he's this, like, I guess you could relate this character if you don't know anything about King of Fighters. I feel like he's like what's the name of Neji Hyuga from Naruto? Yeah. This serious guy that uses energy to hit, and it's all serious and no friends. And, kind of like that, right? I guess if you have watched Naruto, you can. I always like this attack, the one that he spins with the legs. That was actually kind of cool. But even in this screenshot, you can see his brother is much more cooler than him, right? Like this. He always hits you with the elbow, which I feel like it hurts a lot, but he doesn't look as cool as it should. But as you can see, he has appeared in, like, most King of Fighters games, because he's a good guy, right? It's important, but he uses Koppo plus Shiranui Ninja Arts, which Shiranui is from Mai, right? He's smaller than me? Wait, he's born in the USA? I always thought he was Japanese. Well, his name is Sandy Bogart. What the fuck am I talking about, right? But I was under the assumption because he dresses like this that he was Japanese, but he likes natto spaghetti and he dislikes dogs? He's the worst character of all time. He's in every game because there is in every game. That is true also. But you know, just for that, we're gonna throw him on D tier because anyone that doesn't like dogs, it's not my friend. Period, right? So the other one I recognize is Angel. We're gonna go and search Angel in here. Angel. Just give me a moment. Should be. Where the hell is Angel? Here it is. Okay, so we have Angel, right? It says Angel is one of the cybernetically modified humans created by the secret organization Nest. Her fighting style is called Perfunctory Heart and uses a succession of complex attacks called on chain that make for unrivaled power in close combat. She has many hilarious behaviors as well as an elusive personality, right? So it's very important to know that I know a little bit about this, and it might be fake information that I was fed over the years, but she's from Mexico, right? And I think they created this character because Mexico really likes, like Mexico, right? Mexico really likes King of Fighters, and at some point, like Mexico plays so much King of Fighters that they kind of save the company because they keep like buying arcades and stuff. And I again, this might be false information that I was fed over the years by people, but I think that's why this character was created as a Mexican character, right? And she kind of uses like lucha libre kind of things. Her hobbies are riding motorcycles and live concerts. She cherishes vintage V3 jackets, deck coats, and the PD series of clothing. She likes tequila, of course. She's Mexican. She has to like tequila, right? And raw cactus slices, which is something kind of weird. And dislikes gambling. She doesn't like gacha. That's cool. And she likes soccer because of obviously she's Mexican. I feel like we're falling into stereotypes in here, but it's good. But I do really like Angel. I think she's a great character, but not S tier, right? I think she's a solid A. Like, she's quirky, she's cute. She has a good backstory, both in-game and outside of the game. So she deserves the A tier for this. The next one that I kind of recognize this guy from the newer games. I'm an Angel main, can't complain. It's one of the favorites also for tournaments as far as I know. I've seen this guy once. Should be okay. Let's just go in this order, right? It's gonna be easier for me. So let's look for Kyo Kusanagi in here. Why would you not put Kyo at the beginning? But the actual hell is the there's Kyo. Here is so we have to put the main character on the S tier, right? Kyo Kusanagi, from the Kusanagi family. Fighting style, Kusanagi style of ancient martial arts, plus personal style of Kempo, right? First lane, wait, no, wrong guy. Okay. So he's taller than me, so I might be stronger than me actually. He's from Japan, as expected. He likes where the hobbies are writing poems. He likes motorcycles, and his girlfriend Yuki, which is very important. I feel like people often forget that Kyo has a girlfriend because they often ship him with other people, not only females, but like Yori, for example, right? He likes broiled fish, very Japanese, and he dislikes effort, but it's good at ice hockey. Which it's kind of weird that someone that uses fire, it's good at ice hockey, don't you think? So Kyo, I think it's the perfect example of a main character that it has main character energy, as stupid as that may sound. How do I scroll this? He's appeared on pretty much every game. You know, Like when I talk about King of Fighters, this is the thing I remember playing. Not as much this, for example, right? I know this is modern King of Fighters. I like it, but I mostly remember this and this. Not this that much, right? So I'm like old school King of Fighters, right? This was the shit when I was young. But I think like over time, Kyo has been like displaced as the main character, especially since the Orochi saga ended, right? I feel like since like King of Fighters 2000, 2002 maybe, we see more like Terry, we see more like I don't know, like other characters that are not Kyo, right? Which is kind of sad for someone that was the face of King of Fighters to not be the face of King of Fighters anymore. And I feel like that might be because he doesn't have that much personality, right? I guess that's the bane of being the main character. Then we're gonna go with Benimaru, right? Nikaido. Let's look for Benimaru in here. I don't know why this is not ordered by teams. It would be so much more useful. Benimaru, where are you? Did I miss Benimaru already? Where is he? Where is he? And you're gonna be surprised because it... Wait, Benimaru is not here? Or am I super blind? To be fair, the NES saga was also kinda around him with the amount of clones. Well, yeah, it was like 4 Kyos? 5 if you count K, I guess. There's Benimaru. Why I didn't see him before? Benimaru, look, this is my personal opinion on the characters, and I really don't like Benimaru, so I'm gonna throw him on D tier too. He's kind of fruity, right? Not my kind of character. Born of American and Japanese parents, Benimaru is a young son of a multimillionaire family. This genius fighter specializes in shooting and electricity-based techniques. Benimaru is also Kyo's best friend. Okay, color me surprised. I didn't think he would be best friends. Friendly rival also. Wait, like 7? So it was the original Kyo, right? That was with the white jacket. Then the 2 main clones, the evil one, K, I guess K9099 too. Okay, yeah, like 7. Which JoJo character is this? The joke with Benimaru lore-wise, he's won the most tournaments in the franchise. Well, I guess it's because he's rich, probably, right? He dislikes nerds? What a shame. Clay pigeon shooting? High drive. Yeah, it's overall this like... Whatever the equivalent of Ojo-sama is for. Oji-sama, I guess, I don't know, like... It's rich, kind of pretentious. I know in the bottom it's a nice guy, but I don't like this kind of character, to be honest. And also the fighting style, you know, using like electricity, I don't know, it doesn't sounds great to me. So this is gonna be a very biased thing. Now we have Goro Daimon, right? Which it's great. Wait, why we only have the why is Goro Daimon a floating? It's just it's just a floating torso. No, what happened to my man? He's here. I think Goro Daimon, it's a solid B, which is it's gonna be the middle line for all the characters, right? Because this is the you know, like this judo guy that uses in a world of people that shoot fire and electricity. This guy is just. Is just like a powerhouse, right? He's gonna grab you, he's gonna bend you over, and you're gonna not enjoy it because it's gonna hurt a lot, right? He's also part of the main team of Kyo's team for a while, right? I guess all the sagas. He's more than 2 meters tall, and he's very weighty, right? He appreciates nature, family, likes buckwheat noodles. Obviously, very Japanese. This is like the Japanese standard, right? And again, I like about him that he fights with just his hands, right? I know he can make like an earthquake when he hits the floor, but that's just because of his strength, right? It's not a magical power. So, again, he only needs his torso to defeat you. He's that strong, right? And I appreciate that because I feel like sometimes, like King of Fighter games or like any fighting game, just goes too much into magical power territory, right? And it's nice to see just like the Rock Lee of the King of Fighters saga, right? It might be the title of another character, but it is nice. It is nice. Again, don't want to go too deep with it. Now we have what is the face of the King of Fighters now. It's kind of ironic because he used to be the face of other games too. Where is Terry in here? Which might be in the competition for coolest guy ever. Like I don't think Terry Bogard might be in the competition for coolest guy ever. Not only of the King of Fighters, but overall. Here it is. And again, I think it's S tier. You have to put Terry on S tier, otherwise I will get cremated by fans. Like I don't know if you guys don't know this character, right? He's from Fatal Fury. You can see from the hat. It's one of the games that it was Art on Fight and Fatal Fury, right? That makes the King of Fighters and a bunch of the characters from those games made the King of Fighters tournament. The glazing, it's insane. Shut up. He's a cool guy. He's a wolf guy. What do you want from me, right? He's the lone wolf, you know, kind of cool. He has a bunch of cool attacks. He speaks this very English voice, right? Like, hey, come on. Power Chaser. It just sounds really cool. I'm gonna glaze Terry Bogard any day of the week, right? He likes club sandwiches, the Rock special. He shares his keepsakes from his father and vintage jeans. He's from the USA. He dislikes slugs, which is a very valid thing to dislike. And he's good at basketball, which at 182, I guess he's good at basketball, right? And look at this. This is a very cool attack. You know, the Power Gazer, bam, and you explode. You don't need more to like a character than this, right? He also has one of the most interesting storylines in all the King of Fighters, you know, with G's and stuff like that. I live under rock, my side is not fainted. Prefer Final Fury Terry over King of Fighters Terry. He's just kinda dude, King of Fighters. He's the dude, yeah. But he has a very interesting storyline, a complex family thing going on, right? We already went over Terry. And now we have Joe Higashi, right? I think this is one of the first interesting characters because this was one of the characters I used to play more when I was young. Where's Joe? Joe Mama, right? I'm gonna put it on B tier, and yeah, I know. Look at this. These guys look kind of like each other, kinda, right? They're Japanese. I think Joe it's not Japanese, right? No, it's Japanese. Okay. They kind of look like each other. So I used to play this character a lot because you could spam. This guy uses like Muay Thai, but it also does like hurricanes and tornadoes with his hands. So you could just like spam the tornadoes and keep people away from you. Because I as you know, if you had seen me play fighting games such as Grand Blue Fantasy versus Rising in this channel, you know I'm pretty bad at fighting games, right? So I like to keep people at bay using like attacks. So I will just spam the tornadoes and I will just like one flying kick to keep them away until I have the super special attack, and I will just like make a giant tornado and hope people die to the cheap damage of the tornado because I suck at fighting games, right? So it's a pretty hot-headed character, you know. It's a good guy. He likes fighting. He likes whatever fried alligator bits is. I'm kind of worried about that. So yeah, I guess let's see some screenshots. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. I will try to just, yeah, Soner cringe. Yeah, I'm a Soner because I don't know how to play fighting games. I suck at fighting games. My only way of surviving is shooting abilities to keep you away, right? Like exactly like this. This is exactly what I would do. But even then, I would fail because I'm not good at like this is the Joe I remember. This is 99, right? I think. Kind of looks like that. Maybe 98 probably. And I will use this kick. Yeah, this is exactly what I would do. I will throw a tornado, and if you jump the tornado, I will use this kick. So that's what I would do. It's 2003. Oh, okay, I see now. It's kind of hard to know. So yeah, the Legend Joe Higashi begins here. All right. So yeah, I will put it B tier because even though I use it, I don't like his personality, and I know it's not like the most amazing character. Yeah, Aldous 2000 King of Fighters games look similar to me. All right, next one is Ryo Sakazaki, which is there's a bunch of Sakazaki characters, like 4 or 5, right? The music is over. Let me play it again. Okay, so Sakazaki Ryo should be here. I'm gonna put him on B tier. And I know I might be like, oh, Moriko, you're putting everyone in lower tiers. There's a reason they're just S and A tier, right? And those are very important characters to me, or to the saga, or both, right? You know, I always like the Kyokugen style karate thing of this because, you know, when I was young, I was really into fighting games. I was really bad at them, but I did enjoy them because when I was a kid, I didn't mind losing as much, right? Nowadays, if I lose a game, I get pretty frustrated because I'm old and I don't have as much time to play. But I used to play this on arcades, right? So winning means you could keep on playing. So I try my best to keep on playing. And back then we used to put like, oh, who's better, Ryo from the King of Fighters or Ryo from the Street Fighter series, right? Because both of them have a Hadouken kind of attack, right? You know, like when you throw an energy ball, like Hadouken, which is Hadouken here, right? I don't know, I'm not a Japanese expert, right? But this is very much Ryo from the Street Fighter series, but in the King of Fighters, right? It's like a martial artist with a specific style of combat. Very Japanese. Apparently he's very good at sumo, right? I don't know. And he's the son of like one of the strongest characters. Maybe not lore-wise, but I think it's one of the strongest characters. You know, the Hadouken, right? I don't know how you people call it, it's Hadouken, right? Which is a giant fireball in your face and you die, right? I have to say, like, it doesn't have to do anything with the characters, right? But I don't like how beefy the characters became in the newer installments, right? Not only on the King of Fighters, but also like Street Fighter and stuff. They just make the characters like super beefy, bada characters. I just like this. This looks right? They look strong, but they look like lean. They look like aesthetically pleasing. Look at this. He looks strong, right? But this, like here, they just look like muscle masses. I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't look as bad in here. But yeah, I think there's not much to say because it's one of those characters that is mostly an archetype instead of like an actual character, right? So that's it for Ryo, and then we go with Robert Garcia, which while I was preparing to do this stream, I opened a few profiles, and I was surprised to know Robert Garcia is Italian. I thought for the longest time this guy came from Spain or like Mexico. Because of the name, right? Robert Garcia. Yeah, this guy is Mexican, this guy is... I don't know why. It should have been obvious that he was Italian, right? But I don't know, I just look at him and I don't see an Italian person. I mean, now I do. But growing up, I was like, oh yeah, Robert Garcia, yeah, that's the Mexican King of Fighters too, the Spanish King of Fighters, I don't know, right? Not as specific, but like Spanish speaking. And I was really surprised by how stupid I am because he is this guy. Which, this is actually very interesting character because as you can see, he also uses the Kyokugen, I'm probably butchering that, karate style, right? Which is because I might be wrong on this, but he's the fiancé of Yuri, right? Or like boyfriend of Yuri, I don't know. And he uses the same style as Ryo and Yuri and Takuma, right? But with his legs instead of his punches, right? Instead of using punching, he uses his legs. So it's the same fighting style, but it's different because he uses the legs. So it's kind of a nice play on like, oh, we could make another karate character, but this guy's different, right? Because he uses his legs. It actually kind of works. right? He also has one of the Hadoken also, right? He also has one of the best voices in the game. I mean, if you look at him now, it looks very Italian, yeah. But what I was looking at growing up was this, and so you cannot exactly blame me for that. Well, maybe you can. So Robert Garcia, right? I think what the hell is Robert here? I don't see him. I actually see a bunch of characters that I don't know, and I'm kind of worried all of them are gonna end in the D tier. Let's put these guys on C tier. So we're gonna leave D tier for characters I don't exactly know a lot of. Where the hell is Robert? There he is. Let's put him on B tier. I know everyone is going on B tier, but I'm sure someone's gonna come that changes everything, like Takuma Sakazaki, right? So this is yet another Sakazaki character and yet another character that uses the Kyokugen Karate style. But this is another interesting thing. All of these characters come from the art of fighting, right? And all of them use the same style, and they kinda look the same, but like all of them use the Hadoken, right? But all of them play differently, right? I remember like Takuma used to feel like a heavy character, right? Is this like old man, really strong but kind of slow. With Robert being the fastest, I think. Well, Yuri obviously, but of the male performers, right? I like when he has the Tengu mask. I forgot the name, Tengu Man or something like that. It's called Tengu something, right? However, I do have a liking for these old men characters that are really strong because they have been fighting for the longest time. Not only in King of Fighters, but like on everything. I think it's a really cool thing to do, right? Where's Takuma? The less characters we have left, the faster this will be. Actually don't see him. Oh, there he is. Let's put him on A tier. I think he's like really... I can always make more tiers. Yeah, that's right. Next one, I will try to go faster. Hater, which this is another one of the characters that I actually use because he kind of life steals people, right? He can like stab you with his hand and heal himself and damage you. And I used to spam the shit out of that in what? King of Fighters 98, I think it's the one, right? Yeah, 98. I used to spam the shit out of that movement. He's the father to Leona, right? Also, it's a soldier. He kind of... I think I find particular about the King of Fighters, it's a bunch of characters that are related, share the moveset, but they use it in a different way, which is kind of cool, right? Because instead of making a different set of abilities for every character, you just make them related and just modify abilities, right? Which is a more realistic approach to combat. Look at this guy, just jumping and doing soldier things. Super cool. All obstacles to the mission will be destroyed, right? I cannot talk a lot about his motivations in the saga because he's not exactly a good guy. So as a character, I think he's on the not good spectrum, but I do like how he looks, and I do like the playstyle. So let's put it on A tier. Let's try to move faster because there's a lot of characters in here. Now we have Ralph Jones, which the adults have got a job to do up ahead. You better stay back. Okay. So I think this is another one of those characters that kind of became the face of the King of Fighters. I know a lot of people that think about King of Fighters and they just think, oh yeah, Ralph, you know, and the Galactica Phantom, bam, and then just fucking kills you with one punch, right? Apparently he has a medal awarded from the President of the United States because he's a soldier, right, from a special organization along with Leona and Clark, right? And if I'm not mistaken, he also appears as a playable character in the Metal Slug series, right? Which is by also SNK. So, you know, another very American character. I guess that's why Terry and Ralph are so popular with the King of Fighters. It's because they're really American, right? And people like that for whatever reason. I mean, maybe not as of late because of current events, but before that, being like all-star American used to be a very important thing. So I'm gonna put Ralph on B tier because as cool as he is, I don't like him as much. I feel like it's one of the characters that people that don't know how to play pick up because you can just spam the auto, and then you can use the Galactic Phantom that blocks most of the damage and then just fucking kills you with one punch. And if you don't know how to roll, it just kills you, right? If you know how to dodge. So it's a good character, not too deep in the storyline. I mean, the storyline of the Hikari Warriors, yeah, it's Ikari Warriors, I'm sorry. It's important, but I feel like that's more about Leona than it is Ralph, right? I might be wrong. I don't remember exactly what happens. But it's a good character, just not great, you know? Now we have Clark. Clark Steele. I never understood what his name is. Like, last name is Steele. It's because he doesn't move, like Clark Steele. So this is another member of the Ikari Warriors, you know? Very calm and collected dude. He uses like this martial arts plus Hadern style of assassination arts, which is something that I'm just hearing just now. It's just like a luchador type of fighting, right? It's not exactly luchador. It's like just grabs you and throws you in the sky, and then you fucking die. Which it was always very impressive, but I like this pose, by the way. Like, oh, but I never understood how to use this character. This was a very cool movement. I wish we had videos so I could show you guys the best moves. But I also don't want to get copyrighted. So very cool dude, very respectful. I wouldn't fight him; he will probably kill me. I'm also injecting a little bit. Maybe I can beat them in a fight. So the ones at the bottom, it's people I think I can defeat in a fight. The people at the top, it's people I don't think I can defeat in a fight. Right? Clark. Right? Where is Clark? Here it is. I think Clark is also A tier. So we have Athena Asamiya, which is, again, another character that I consider a face of the King of Fighters, appearing in not only pretty much every game with a different set of clothes, but pretty much every spin-off too. And she has her own spin-off with the Psycho Warriors, I think, right? Well, it's not a spin-off, it's the original game, but you get what I'm trying to say, right? And what I have to say about Athena is, yeah, she's cute. But for being this, this is the best outfit, by the way. The schoolgirl outfit. It's don't at me. It's the best one. I never liked her moveset. I think it's very boring. He has the reflection thing, the psycho ball, and the special move that jumps on. It's pretty boring. I like the super special move where every hit it's a different outfit. But outside of that, I don't like the character design except this one. This is peak character design. But the very magical girl vibes, not a big fan of that personality. I know it's very idolish, but it's not my cup of tea, right? Again, it's very important to the King of Fighters. She has psychic powers and Chinese kung fu. She likes the momiji manju and anything with sesame kinako dissolved in milk. I don't know what the fuck that is, but it doesn't sound delicious. Wait, her hobby is web design? That's kind of unexpected. Like, if you ask me what's the hobby of Athena Samilla, I could guess shopping online, but web design? Never, right? Also, can someone tell me why she's Japanese, but she uses Chinese art styles? Wait, my dog it's... Okay, she's good. Never mind. Okay, so yeah, Athena, again, important for the King of Fighters, not as important for my personal experience with the King of Fighters. But I'm gonna put her on B tier because I think maybe it might be a little bit complicated to take her on a fight just on the fact that she's a woman and I don't like hitting women. I might not hit Angel because she's gonna beat my ass, but that's a different thing. Okay, next one is Sia Kenso, which is another flying torso for dumplings. A funny story about this, it's a personal story with this one, right? He's another one of the Psycho Warriors along Athena. He has psychic powers and Chinese Kung Fu. and he likes reading manga, stuffed animals, and meat dumplings, right? So, funny thing about this character, one, I don't really care about him. It's one of the most boring characters for me in the game. But when I was young, I didn't know what a dumpling was. You know, like these bao things, you know, like the bread filled with pork or like other stuff, right? I didn't know what it was. I didn't grow up near Chinese or Japanese communities. When I was a kid, I didn't watch that much anime, and even if I did, they never explained what it was, right? So for the longest time, I thought what this guy was eating, it was an onion. I thought the guy was eating onions for some reason. I don't know if they have it in the illustrations in here. If he's eating one, I mean, you can look at the character. It doesn't look interesting, right? Well, he really changed in recent games, and I don't like it. It looks like generic young guy, right? He'll choke on one of his dumplings someday. Yeah, every time he managed to pass it, right? It's like a funny character, but I don't know why I thought it was an onion, and I was like, why is this guy eating onions? It's not something people do. And then I grew up and I discovered what a dumpling was, and I learned that he was eating dumplings. And yeah, I know it's kind of stupid because thinking about it, who would eat an entire white onion just like that? It doesn't make any sense, right? But yeah, I was not very smart as a kid. Arguably, I'm not very smart right now. Where is Kenzo in here? How does he look? Like this, okay. Where is Kenzo? Where is Kenzo? I don't see him. I feel like I pass it. Is he not on the list? He should be. Here he is. It just looks different. Okay. Yeah, it's here. Okay. Actually, we'll put this one on on the D tier because I really don't find anything good about him. Like, I don't like him personally. I don't think he's that big on the storyline, and he's kind of boring too. Like, the movements are not that amazing, right? For someone that has psychic powers, he doesn't do much except like jumping with kicks and throwing that thing that he throws and eating a dumpling for whatever reason. Let's keep moving. We have Shin Gensai, which is the drunk guy, right? I remember him as a drunk guy. He likes to drink. He likes liquor, lemon marinated salmon, fried rice with lettuce. Which I never tried that. I should try that. Dislikes panda bears for what? You're Chinese, my man. Why don't you like pandas, bear? Panda bears. So what this guy does, if you don't know him, it's just drinks from his thing and just throws fire. And it's always kind of moving like he's drunk because he's drunk all the time. And you know, I like this thing of the drunk kung fu style. It's kind of cool. But it's not that cool, right? It's again, I think excluding, I guess Athena and Bao, all of the other Psycho Warriors are just this like, yeah, mainly uses Drunken Fist, but he knows all forms of Chinese martial arts, right? So this is another one of those characters that is like old man that it's been fighting for the longest time. So I'm gonna put him on B tier because he gets some points because he's funny, but it's also not that great. So let's move on. Then we have Yuri Sakazaki, which is the only female Sakazaki, as far as I know. I'm in top form, nobody can stand in my way, right? So, you know, I just noticed something. This game doesn't give you the ages of the characters, right? Which is, it's something that I feel they should do. So she's the youngest sister of the Sakazakis, right? Which is just Rio and her. She has, like, over the years, I think also one of the faces of the King of Fighters. At least the female fighters, right? She has this, like, weakened, fast-paced version of the Sakazaki style of fighting. You know, that the fireballs are, like... But you can make a big fireball, right? I think that's something she does. She also hits you with her butt, if I remember correctly, and she also slaps her butt to taunt you. And she does this a bunch of kicks, which is, I think, is one of the coolest moves in all the game. Again, I wish these were like animated things so you could see. But I do like Yuri Sakazaki a lot, so I'm gonna put her. I think I can defeat her in a fight, probably. But I wouldn't like to hit her because she's a girl. And a young girl at that. Where is she? Yeah, there's a lot of characters in here that I have no idea who they are. Oh, Yuri, where are you? Damn it. She's not in here. There is. So let's put it on A tier. Yeah. Let me put the song again. I know it's a little bit repetitive, but I also don't want to get copyrighted too hard, so we're just gonna play the same song over and over again. That's, by the way, I think the name of the song is like Arashi no Saxophone, which is the, if I'm not mistaken, Yori's theme on the King of Fighters, most of the King of Fighters actually. So we have Mei Shiranui, which is give into the Shirano immolation. I would gladly do it. I think if we have a female face of the King of Fighters, and even old SNK in general, I think this is the Terry Bogard of the woman of the King of Fighters, right? The hobbies are cooking, making Japanese lunchboxes. She's wife material. She's like a complete wife material. Cherishes her grandmother's keepsake, ornamental hairpin, which I'm guessing it's that one. She likes mochi soup, which it's that sticky thingy, right? And ohagi, which I have no idea what it is. She dislikes spiders, very cute. And she likes battledore and shuttlecock Japanese badminton. I have no idea that existed, but she's also very small and she doesn't weigh a lot, so another plus. And she fights in Shiranui style of ninja arts, right? Which is great. We can see some screenshots. It's the light has been flickering. If the power goes out, I'm just gonna stop. Obviously, I'm gonna stop the stream. And I will continue next week because I don't think I want to continue this. So sorry about if that happens. It's been very hot lately. People put the air conditioners very cold, and that causes power outages usually where I live. So that may happen. I know everyone likes Mai Shiranui because she's really sexy, and it's I don't like saying this, but she's a gooder character, right? But that aside, I think she has a really good personality, and it's a very deep character in the game and in her personal story too, right? But people just like, oh, she's the sexy character with big titties, and just disregard everything else about the character, which I don't like. So I think Mei is very based. She should be right here, right? So I think she's S tier. And you might be thinking, I'm just putting on S tier everyone that is important to the game. But it also happens to be characters I like. Let's move on. We have King, which is right off the bat one of the characters I don't like. I know if Kale Chips was here, he will hit me in the head because I know he likes King a lot. And for a game called the King of Fighters, King is not that important, right? If you're gonna name a character King in a game called the King of Fighters, she should be more important, right? He also does like Muay Thai, but I think she does Muay Thai better than Joe does it. She's like this OG character, right? You know, like a female, but it's... I wouldn't say male presenting, but like tomboyish, probably. And she can kick some ass. For example, I don't think I could defeat King in a fight, right? Look at this. That's great. So... she likes collecting wine glasses. This is a very high-class character, right? She likes vegetables and wine, which is very pathetic. She dislikes grungy guys, like Jack, like me, I guess, too. And she's very good at billiards, right? So again, another character that I don't think, all things considered, for a character named King in a game called the King of Fighters, I don't think she's that important. I might be wrong. Again, I don't know everything about the King of Fighters, right? I'm not a super deep into the lore guy, especially as of late. But I will put her on B tier. Then I'm gonna take these three guys as one. We can go real fast. It's Heavy D. Look, even the page put them together, right? This is what the Fist of a Winner looks like. We're gonna put Heavy D, which is a funny name. Lucky Glover, and this guy was Brian Battler, right? Which is a trio of characters which play sports, right? You can see like the American football, basketball, and this guy just likes to punch people, right? Mostly. Heavy D is a heavyweight professional boxer, which is the most apt fight. And I always stick this guy together. For example, I used to like to play on King of Fighters 98, I'm pretty sure. Lucky Glover, because again, I could just spam movements with him. Let's see. Yeah, you could do that, and just with the basketball, and you could just like forever just throw the projectile and just be safe, right? And I used to play that character a lot, but the other ones I didn't like that much. I think it was a cool idea, but then they never did anything with it, right? It was just like a group of characters that joined the tournament, and she's basically the Mei to Rio. She's a nice person though, because she usually joins the tournament for medicine for her brother. The Mei to Rio. Well, yeah, she has a very, I was going to say self-centered reason to join, but it's a very nice reason, but lore-wise, it's not that big of a deal. So she kind of gets lost, just like these guys, right? It's like, they joined the tournament and they fight using sports, and it's a cool idea. I really like the characters, but they don't do much, right? So we can kind of stick these guys together if I can find him in here. So we're gonna put them on C tier. Wait, where are the other guys? It's just Lucky Glover. I don't see the other guy. There's the football guy. Where's the other guy? I don't see the other guy. What happened to him? We're gonna find him eventually. Let's move on. To this guy, which is Kim. I didn't recognize Kim. They changed him a lot. Actually, this is one of the characters I do know a little bit of lore, which is Kim Cap. I know how to pronounce that. I just say Cap 1, right? Like Cap 1 or something. It's Korean, right? Kim is a very serious person with a strong and inherent sense of justice, which I really like. As an expert of Taekwondo, he can stop any opponent attempt with his unpunishable kicking techniques. I do like characters that kick, I have to be clear with that. Kim is convinced that Taekwondo is the best, strongest fighting art and wants to tell the world about it. As far as I know, this guy likes his wife and 2 children, which is very, very nice. He likes Korean barbecue and kimchi, which is very Korean of him. And he dislikes evil, which is really good, right? This guy uses Taekwondo to rehabilitate former criminals or like people that are still criminals, but he thinks he can train them to become good people, right? So he's really trying to do justice the best way possible, which is to rehabilitate people. And I think that's very commendable, and I think that's one of the best motivations for a fighter that I have seen in any game. The joke is Team Sports got beat up by Team Rival 95 for their entrance ticket, then by Team Boss in 96, and then they got killed off. They got killed? I never knew that, damn it. Do you mean like they got killed off because they got removed from the game? Or they just like died? Did they die? That's pretty sad. Well, and there's something pretty fun about Kim, which I really enjoyed as a kid. The sounds he made when attacking. I'm gonna see if I can search for a clip real quick, and maybe you guys hopefully doesn't. I don't think it's gonna get copyrighted, right? But let's maybe this video. You guys are just gonna hear the sound. Yeah, what? Look at that. I don't know, for whatever reason, as a kid, I really liked the sound of his attacks. He sounds pretty serious. Come on, just do the special move. Just do the special move. That was like the coolest thing for me. It's super cool. You might call me crazy, but it was super cool. They died, but everyone revived in 14, so they probably are right. Not that anyone cares, right? But yeah, I think Kim, it's might be my favorite King of Fighters fighter ever. Now I'm gonna have to look at him looking differently. He looks very different now that he doesn't have his Taekwondo attire. So I think I'm gonna struggle to find him in here. But here it is. It's S tier, of course. But again, I think about Kim, it's very commendable what he's doing, right? Fighting. Sorry. Sorry, been a little sick lately. Fighting for the right thing. They turned the football dude female in one of the mobile games, and people kinda like it. Oh, the mobile game. I never played, but I see things about. Let me drink some water. There, I'm back. Sorry. I never played that game, but I saw screenshots of female Terry, female Yori, and it was amazing. That was the work of the gods. Let's keep going. Who's next? We have Chan Ko-ihan. Ko-ihan. I don't know. It's also, I think it's also Korean, right? Also, again, I think bigger characters there, just a torso, right? This is the biggest guy, as far as I know, in the King of Fighters. You know, this big, old, fat guy with a ball and a chain that it really hurts, right? Look at that. If someone hits you with a giant chain and ball in the face, it's gonna hurt. There's no denying it, right? And I didn't like this character. I didn't like fighting against him because, to be honest, the sounds he made me uncomfortable. You know, the ho ho and stuff like that. I cannot make the voice right, but I didn't like him. I don't like it. It's kind of that moment he did like ho 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 ho. I don't know. I just can't stand this character, and I actually don't like. They might be in the same team as Kim, but I cannot stand either Chang or Choi. I cannot. I don't like these characters. I'm actually gonna skip both of them. You can see Choi is just Freddy Krueger, but like small. It's like midget Freddy Krueger, right? But they're like super ridiculous, super evil in not a super evil way. They are super annoying to fight against. Yeah, they are good comedic beats they complement the seriousness of Kim, I guess. But I personally cannot stand them, especially not Choi. I might be willing to tolerate Chang, but not Choi. Where's that guy? Where the hell is Chang? Ah, there he is. Let's move on. Then we have the Bane of Humanity, Rugal Bernstein. Oh boy, I think like this is it's very important for the story. It's a really cool character. I think it's another iconic character of the King of Fighters. But I know it's the nightmare of a lot of people, because if you're someone like me that doesn't know how to play, and you're playing against someone using simplified inputs and Rugal, I used to have, well, I guess I still do, but a younger cousin, like way younger cousin than me, like 10 years younger, right? Like 8 years younger than me. And we used to play, we had a King of Fighters, I don't remember which one. It was probably 99, no, wait, 98 for Rugal, right? And he used to spam the Rugal movement that goes from one side of the screen to the other, right? Like, and he grabs you and knocks you against. And genocide cutter. Yeah. Oh, genocide cutter. It never ends, right? It never. It's just a fucking nightmare, and there's nothing you can do. I'm just gonna die getting kicked or getting dragged by the screen and then getting kicked again. It's a fucking nightmare, right? And I have PTSD from this guy, right? Be it like regular Rugal or like Orochi Rugal, I just have nightmares about this guy because again, I don't know how to play fighting games, and every time I went against this guy, it just was genocide cutter forever, and I died, right? He's the boss of a couple of King of Fighters game, I think, 94, 98. Very evil character. He cherishes his evil heart, likes nothing in particular, and dislikes justice and those who get in his way. So he's evil incarnate, and he also looks really cool. He has an evil eye, right? He's doing exactly what you would expect him to do. Look at this! Look at this! This is exactly what you're against. And like, if you think about Rugal, you think about this, right? This has to be what comes to mind. Just getting cut into pieces. So even though I really dislike Rugal because he kicked my ass, not the boss, but other people using Rugal, I think he's a very cool character, and I think it's very iconic. And I don't think I could defeat Rugal in a fight. So where is he? Where the hell is Rugal? I don't see him. Wait, where the hell is Rugal? Ah, there is. Yeah, it's S tier. It has to be S tier. The cutter becomes a quadruple cutter in late. Wait, what? Say what? Okay, now I lost all my motivation to play newer King of Fighter games. The 3D is not that appealing to me, but now I don't want to touch it. So yeah, Rugal, it's a staple, right? Now we have Yori Yagami, which again, you may think because he does purple flames and I'm purple and I like purple, and he looks very edgy, and he's like this evil guy that likes to cut people with fingernails for whatever reason, and it's kind of crazy, right? And it's like, and stuff like that. I feel like I should really like this character. Yagami's style of ancient martial arts plus pure instinct, right? He likes playing in bands. He cherishes nothing because he's cool like that. He likes meat, dislikes violence, even though he's very violent, and he's good at everything according to him, right? He's very much in every King of Fighters game, and he's the Sasuke to Kyo's Naruto, right? Kira, shut up. Actually, I'm not quite sure, but I feel like Yori precedes Kira. It's from the 95, right? Actually, yeah, from 95. So it's a guy, it's evil, he likes to cut people, he likes to make people explode with purple flames. I feel like I should like this character more than I do. You know, he has the moon in the back, he looks like really crazy. But I feel like he's the staple of the edgy people, right? It's like the edgy version of the main character. And I'm not too fond of the edginess of Yori Yagami, right? He's a cool guy, yes. Orochi Yori, it's amazing. You know, I like the that's big. I feel like one of the things people usually miss out about the King of Fighters, it's the voice lines. Like me as a kid, hearing these Japanese phrases that I could not understand, it sounded very cool, right? Because it's not Yori, and that's what I don't like dubs. I don't like dubs, I don't like translations, right? Because it's not the same that this guy runs at you. Let me put that. Not the same this guy runs at you and tells you, this is the end, right? No, this is the end. Oh yeah, you're gonna kill me, whatever. When he runs at you and he says, like, what the fuck? It's cool, right? I might be a whip, I might be a otaku, I might grew up in Japanese media, and that's what I fucking love, this kind of thing. But it's really cool, right? So yeah, I think it's pretty clear that I like this character, but sadly, I'm not gonna put him on S tier Because again, I don't know why I cannot like him. It's maybe it's because it's too edgy, right? So A tier. But let's put it at the top of A tier, just behind Angel, because I really like Angel too. Actually, let's put Mei on the front and Kim on front of Mei and Terry in front of Kyo. Yeah. Let's put... Yeah, this looks quite okay. I don't really care about lower bottom tiers. Who's next? Eiji... Kisaragi Eiji, right? This is what... Laughable. This is one of those characters that... You know, it's a generic ninja guy that doesn't really appear in much games and doesn't really means anything to me. So I'm not even gonna go into detail. I don't even know if he's here on this list. I don't see him on the list. Let's just move on. Let's just move on to characters I know. He's gonna appear eventually. I'm just gonna throw him on the bottom line. Then we have Billy Kane, which uses a stick or a cane. He's one of those funny characters. He uses Bojutsu to fight. With intense loyalty towards G's Howard, which is evil, so this makes this guy evil too. Billy is the right-hand man of Howard Connection. He's able to repel his enemies with his long-range stick, fighting passionate in what he does. He's earned himself the nickname Walking Weapon, right? This is the classic Billy movement, you know, that spinning the stick and using fire. Egi surprisingly is linked to the Last Blade franchise because his ancestor is one of those. He's basically bootleg Yagami to Ryo. Damn it. Very bootleg, right? And again, I would say, even though I don't like this character, I would say he's fairly iconic to the King of Fighters saga. So, but I don't like him, so... Sucks for you, Billy Kane, but I don't like you, so I'm gonna put you on C tier. Let's move on. Then we have Saisyu Kusanagi, which is the one of the three fathers. We have the father of the Sakazaki, the father of the Kusanagi, and the father of Leona, because I don't think these guys have a last name, because they are like soldier weapons. It's dangerous to play with fire, you know, says the guy that uses fire. It's the father of Kyo, you know, aside from being the father of the protagonist and having to do some things, like I think he was brainwashed by Rugal. Kyo Kusanagi's father and former Kusanagi Ryo Kobudo, ancestral martial arts practitioner. In King of Fighters 95, he was brainwashed by Rugal to use his power, but in King of Fighters 98, he showed off his old skills. Although his son has taken over the role as the Kusanagi Ryo Kobudo master, his skills are still very much alive and well, right? So it's like a washed down, more traditional version of the main character. Hayden's second name is Hayden. Nobody knows it. So it's Leona Hayden, right? Yeah, that's right. I'm stupid. Thank you for correcting me. Yeah, it's like it's Leona Hayden. It's Hayden that doesn't have a regular name, right? Yeah. How did I forget that? Who knows? Again, it's been a while since I last played a King of Fighters game. Actually, can someone remind me what I decided to do this tier list? I know we were talking about something, and then King of Fighters came to mind, but I don't really remember. Let's look for Kyo's father here. Here it is. And I guess C tier. I could totally defeat this old man, says the other old man. fuck, am I muted? Damn it. Okay, I was muted. I don't know for how long I have been muted. But you guys should have told me sooner. Thank you for telling me. So we have Omega Rugal, right? I'm gonna go quick over what I was going. I call this guy Orochi Rugal because that's what he is. He's pretty much still very evil, and I think I choose this one on the list instead of the regular Rugal, right? Yeah, that's Omega Rugal. So where's the regular Rugal? I don't see him. Is he maybe not here? I don't see the regular one. Yeah, I don't think the regular one is here. Again, this list might not be this list, right? So, yeah. Sorry about being muted. I didn't notice. I just mute the microphone when I'm gonna like cough, so you guys don't listen to that. And sometimes I forget to turn it on again. Sorry about that. Let's try to do it faster. So we have Leona Hader, which again, Hader, it's the last name. Omega Rugal has the power of giving canonically the hand cause. He seemingly revives every 10 years. So it's like the Dracula of the King of Fighters, I think. And I don't think I could defeat either Rugal, right? So we have Leona, which again, it's one of my favorite characters. I used to use her a lot. I used to like throwing the earring on the floor. I like the slashing attacks. I like that she screams like a possessed person with some attacks, and that she's like this cool soldier, right? It's pretty cool, right? Again, I would say she might be close. Like if May didn't exist, I think she might be the face of the King of Fighters as a female fighter. Very important for the plot, you know. The daughter of Hader, the head of the Ikari warriors. Where the hell is she? Where the hell is Leona? That she has to be in here. There is S tier, you know, S tier. Let's try to move faster. So we have Kazumi Todo, right? Come at me without you. This is one of the characters I really like, but I didn't know how to play because she's like counter-centered. She does these waves of power just like her dad, but she also counters, right? And she doesn't do. I love this attack. This was one of the best things when he uses like the wave attack with her dad. Absolute masterpiece of storytelling. She uses Todo style ancestral martial arts. She likes horror movies. Very cute, very Japanese. You know. One of the best characters. I will try to go faster because this is taking too much time, right? She's here. I will put her on S tier because it's one of my favorite characters. Even though I suck at playing her. Then we have someone that's pretty mature. That's mature. Feels good. Done it. It's one of the kinkiest characters. And she uses the power of Orochi to play, right? She's on this team with Yori and Vice, right? Again, this is a character that I don't know a lot about, but she's fairly important to the story. As far as I know, she's very well liked by the fandom. And she's nice. She's nice looking. What do you want from me? Then we have Vice with really change. Let's meet again under the full moon. Again, the other side of these characters, which also fights with Yori and also uses the power of Orochi to fight, right? Yeah, also uses the power of Orochi to fight. She likes collecting American comic books. And dislikes Sasio Kusanagi, which is the father of Kyo, right? She's good at bench pressing, right? I think this is one of the best, like, both of these characters, Vice and Mature, one of the best female characters in the game that usually don't get that much recognition outside the fandom. And then we have Giz Howard, which might be one of the evilest motherfuckers out there, which, aside from other people that just want to destroy the world, right? Hobbies undetermined, gets hooked easily but also gets bored quickly. My boy has ADHD. Shares himself, likes sticks, cook rare, dislikes people who get in the way of his ambitions. She hates Kyo's dad because she had to brainwash him in 95. Very, very evil dude. This guy kind of messed up with Terry and Rock, right? Geese Howard does some evil things. You can watch the endings of the games he appears on to see what evil tomfoolery he does every now and then. But yeah, that has to be one of the guys that I really truly dislike because they are just like a bad person overall. Where is he? Where is Geese Howard? And then we have Wolfgang Krauser, which has a pretty weird illustration. Just killed Terry's dad, yeah. And also tried to kill Terry and like keep Rock and killed him too. A bunch of things. Where is Giz in here? I don't see this. Is this Giz? Giz, I can find this guy. Here he is. Just because he's evil doesn't mean he is bad, but I don't really like him, so. I mean, it's important. Let's put it on beat here, yeah. Let's put some soundtrack again. Die. What a catchphrase. Die. We have Wolfgang Krauser, which only has one screenshot. It's really not that important to the game. Feared as the Emperor of Darkness, Wolfgang Krauser received an invitation to participate in King of Fighters. Geese Howard and Mr. Big were also attending, and at first Krauser was not interested. But when he learned of the former participation, he also agreed to join the tournament. He announced his own participation in order to find out the true reason for Gee's decision to join. Fighting style, what the fuck does that mean? What does that mean? Scientized fighting style. Like made up style. Right? Again, I don't think this guy is that important. Yeah, he's Gee's half brother, but like... overall, I think it's pretty relevant in the game. But I think he's here. He's here, yeah. Why does he has an upgraded portrait in here but not in here? Then we have Mr. Big, which is again another character from the Final Fury series. Fighting stick arts, and it's an evil person. Again, only one screenshot of him. I don't find him that, aside from being the other evil guy, I don't find him that interesting. So let's just put it on D tier too. You happy? Then we have Chizuru Kagura, which I think, lore-wise, might be the most important character in the King of Fighters. I will show you the power of the Protectors, right? Chizuru Kagura is a descendant of the Yatta clan, which is one of the three powerful clans, along with the Kusanagis and Yagami, right? Entrusted with the sacred treasure capable of sealing away Gaia's will, otherwise known as Orochi. Her fighting style resembles traditional Japanese dancing, it's very good. She can like clone herself, like this, and she moves like very gracefully. I think it's also fighting wise. I think it's one of the most interesting characters. And she's also really cute, right? So she has everything: lore importance, very cute, interesting fighting style, good storyline. Hands down, might be one of the best King of Fighters characters. So I'm gonna put it right there. Let's try to go a little bit faster with this. We have Goenitz, which... Look, I'm gonna be honest. When I used to play fighting games, I didn't go that much into the lore, but Goenitz has to be one of the more interesting characters to me. Because he was like the beginning of a new... Like, it's one of the four heavenly kings of Orochi. The Almighty Goenitz devotes his entire being to serving his Dark Lord. His dignified wardrobe, that of a pastor, it's important, and polite mannerisms give a gentle air but mask another side of him. That of a ruthless monster is quite happy to inflict pain and suffering on those who dare stand in his way, and that's happening if you fight it in the hardest difficulty, right? Again, this guy just can send you to the other side of the screen and then just kill you with a bunch of tornadoes, right? Cook this guy. Tornado. Tornado you from across, yeah. It's just tornadoes all the way with this guy, and it was very much suffering in the highest difficulties of the game. Very good boss fight. I think it's one of the best bosses in the game. Here it is, A tier. I think going it's his A tier. You will be wise to refrain from interfering in our higher purpose. Then we have Yashiro Nanakase, which is a character. Yashiro is the lead guitarist of the rock group CYS. However, this is all a front. As for the past 660 years, he has undergone multiple reincarnations as a member of the four Heavenly Kings of Orochi. You might remember Orochi Yashiro, which are the true enemies of the three sacred treasures. He develops his interest in the mysterious powers wielded by the strange being known as bears, and sets off with his friends Chermi and Chris to join the chaos. I'm gonna be honest, excluding Chermi, I think Yashiro and Chris are one of the most... Yeah, I know they are intertwined with the Orochi, but I didn't like the characters, like, personally. Yashiro casually has a pet eagle. Yeah, cherishes his pet eagle, Tatsuru. He likes ramen, dislikes eggplants and narrow spaces, and it's good at swimming, right? So I personally don't find Yashiro and even Charmy. Charmy is really attractive, right? No one's gonna... Oh gosh, now I'm all sweaty. Okay, no one's gonna say no to Charmy, right? The fighting style, the clothes, the pure Charmy energy that this woman uses to kill you. It's one of the greatest King of Fighters characters, right? But aside from that, I think Chris and Yashiro, at least in my opinion, here's this guy that I couldn't find before. Not that great. Right? Let's be honest. Not that great of characters. Where is Yashiro in here? And when I was a kid, I couldn't pronounce Nanakase or whatever his name was. Let's put Chermi on A tier, and where is Yashiro in here? In C tier, because I like Yashiro a little bit more than what I like Chris. We can skip Chris. I really... You know, little boy that has super evil god inside and kills you when he transforms into the big guy. Then we have Ryuji Yamasaki, one of the craziest motherfuckers out there. Like, this guy is so crazy. Like, I remember actually being a little bit scared when I was a kid of fighting this guy. Fighting style, personal art of combative homicide. Shut up, doggy. Hobbies, collecting knives. Cherishes anything that has to do with personal gain. Likes horse, sashimi. This motherfucker eats horse? Can you eat a horse like that? Isn't sashimi like raw meat? So this guy eats raw horse? Dislikes lip service? And has no trouble going 3 days without sleep because he's crazy like that, right? One of his ultimates is him eating you, yeah. Like the way this guy screams at you and stabs you and drags you across the floor, and it's like, it's amazing. Like, you have to have real talent to make someone as... And he's always with one hand in his pocket because he's just like that, right? And he just kind of like stab you with his whippy arm. It's just a great crazy character, right? I actually don't like crazy characters, but I think Yamasaki is one of the greatest ones. Yeah, Orochi likes to hire like cannibals, right? So let's put him at the top of, just behind Goro on the B tier. We have Blue Mary, which is then again, I feel like it's wasted potential because if May didn't exist and Leona didn't exist and Athena didn't exist, I think Blue Mary would be a good face for the King of Fighters. He's the special something for Terry, I feel, right? And he uses combat sambo, which is very unique to fight. She has a dog, which is always a plus for me. But they never did anything cool. I mean, on the storylines, yes, but in the games, no, right? she needed to be at the forefront of things happening, you know, in the videos, in the cutscenes. And yeah, she's a secret agent and shit like that. Yeah, but we needed more Blue Mary, and they didn't give it to us. 49 kilograms, motorcycle touring, leather jacket, beef bowls, doesn't like cats but likes dogs, and is good at baseball, right? I forgot to put where is Blue Mary in here? There's a bunch of characters in this list. What the hell? I feel like I'm never gonna finish this, and I'm getting kind of hungry. Not right now, doggy. Not right now. Come here, baby. Where the hell is Blue Mary in here? Is this Blue Mary? This is not Blue Mary, right? Is this Blue Mary? No, it's not. Again, I don't know how some King of Fighters characters look nowadays, so... Is that Blue Mary? Is this Blue Mary? No way, that's Blue... I'm blind. I'm blind. It was just there. Thank you, I'm super blind. Let's put her at about here. Again, I think King of Fighters have a bunch of great female characters. People are really missing out. When people say like, oh, there's no female characters in the game, just go play King of Fighters. There's a bunch of great female characters there. We have Shingo Yabuki, which might be one of my favorite characters also. Not because I use them, but because I like the existence of this character in the game. Did you see that, sir? Look at how strong I become. A passionate high school student who is Kyo Kusunagi's junior. He admires Kyo and is training Dylan to become as close to him as possible. Even though he can be a bit annoying sometimes, he has no special abilities of his own, so he cannot use fire on his abilities. Imagine just like Kyo, but with no fire and a little bit more pathetic, right? But he's trying his best. He's supposed to be this joke character, which it is a joke character, but I like how hard he tries to be Kyo, right? It's a big fanboy. You can think of Dan from Street Fighter, right? But Dan, I think it's more pathetic, and I think... Which, talking about it, I think Dan, it's supposed to be a copy of Robert Garcia, right? Because of the art style. But yeah, I really like Shingo. I think it's a really good character. And I feel every game should have a Shingo in the storyline. Here it is. A tier for Shingo, but at the bottom of A tier. Actually, I have to make a pause. I will be back in like 5 minutes. Don't worry about it. Don't go anywhere. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Had to go clean something my dog did. You know how it is in this channel. We take care of the doggies first. Okay, so this is going too long for me, so let's go fast. So Chingo, yeah, A tier. Let's move on. We have Orochi Yori. For the Orochis, I'm just gonna treat them as the same as we have Orochi, for example, here. Let's put her like on the same, right? It doesn't. I don't think I need to go to the same character twice, right? So for Orochi, I'm just gonna go with it. It's the same character, just absolutely crazy and possessed, right? Yeah, they play differently in game, but it's mostly the same thing. Okay, so we can skip. Whoa! Just like, whoa! Catchphrase, whoa! Alright. We have Orochi Leona, which I don't think it's in the tier list. I don't see it. Yeah, again, this tier list might not be the complete thing. But we're gonna go as we can, right? Wait, it's this Mature again. I forgot to put... Yeah, I forgot to put her, right? Let's put her along Vice, yeah. No, actually, I don't like her that much. Let's put her here. Okay, next one. Orochi Yashiro, which I also don't think it's in the... Well, here is... It depends with the team. They are just a bit more mean. Yori and Leona meanwhile became violent. Yeah, those are the crazy ones. The other ones are just like super evil entities, right? For example, Yashiro, it's your soul will become fine nourishment for Oroshi's awakening. Well, everyone related to Orochi just accepts the power, right? The other ones that get corrupted, quote unquote. For example, Orochi, share me, you, woo, baby. May heavenly lighting strikes you down. Which is just her with electric powers, right? By the way, is it just me? Or you can hear the sound this image makes? That's normal. Orochi Yashiro is the next Luchador. Wait, what? Ah, here it is. Okay. Let's put it in back in. Wait, I don't know what I'm doing. Let's put it back here. Okay. Okay, okay, yeah, I see him now. Yeah, thank you. I can hear the sound of this picture. It's so good. We have Orochi Chris, which it's on the list. Yeah, it's here. I already put here there. The regular Orochi, which is maybe to a point the most important enemy. I'm one with Gaia, the supreme being that reigns at the top of the Orochi clan. His exact identity is unknown, as the time and place he was born is a mystery to all, so nothing is known in this game. And he just fucking kills you with the... Oh. I always like that attack. It looks pretty final bossy. Okay, so this guy, it's actually good, so let's put it on A tier. His daddy long legs, right? Yeah, he actually does. Who's next? Yuki! Don't keep me waiting, Rio. Wait, why does she appear here? She doesn't fight. She looks a lot like Sakura from Street Fighter. I don't think Yuki's gonna be in here. Doesn't seem like she is. Well, let's just ignore Yuki. We have Kei, which might be the coolest guy. It's in the competition for the coolest guy along with Terry and Yori, I guess. I remember when this guy came out, 99. The coolest guy, like, you know, the fact that he throws his glasses, fighting style, pure violence. Amazing, right? Pure violence. He likes beef jerky. He dislikes the king of fighters and sweets. She's playable character in one of the Pocket games. Huh? Interesting. Yeah, she doesn't look like a fighter. I think even it says fighting style none, right? So Kei is a modified human with genes transplanted from Kyoko Kusanagi by the secret organization Nest. He wields the ability to manipulate fire, a power he controls with his right hand glove. His personality is a mix of introversion and bluntness. He continues fighting in order to reclaim his lost memories. So, kind of another Kyo clone, but the one that actually managed to make his own personality. And not only that, but he also, in the process, became one of the coolest characters in the game. I love all his special moves, especially the one that he throws the glasses and then hits the fuck out of you. Charging the flame. Great character. Like, great character, truly. I need to stop doing tier lists because I can never find the characters. Here it is. I think it's obviously S tier. I think he's cooler than Kyo and Terry too. So yeah, let's put him here. You know, cooler than Charmy too. Yeah. That was boring. How about I just take a nap right here? We have Maxima, which is the partner in crime of Kei, and you know, it's a robot. I really don't like robot characters. Monimi will probably like this. I don't know if you're watching, but you will probably like this guy. He just punches with great force and just he does the Iron Man Shinkyu Hadouken special move. Actually, I don't like this special move. I like the special move where he jumps. He jumps and then he falls and crushes you. That was really cool. 80% of his body is comprised of machinery, so it's a cyborg, I guess, not a robot. Now, where the hell is Maxima in here? Here is B tier. I guess B tier is good. Let's go. Man, I have to pick games with less characters for this tier list because it takes forever to finish one. We have Whip, which might be my favorite character in the series. It's struggling, no one escapes from Voodoo and me. Her background legend remains a mystery, but she closely resembles Kei, deceased sister Seda. Whip takes full advantage of her special whip, Voodoo. Given to her by the secret organization Nest, no longer associated with them, she now serves under Hadern's commandment. Fighting style, whip handling plus Hadern style of assassination arts, right? She's very tall. You know, I was under the impression that whip was smaller. She looks smaller in the games. Maybe because of how she stands, right? Likes honey, likes her whip, dislikes Ralph harassment. Okay. But yeah, that's one of the characters I could use because you can whip people from half the screen. And if they try to get close, you just like use the whip to trap them in a bunch of hits. So it was pretty fun to use. She's really cute. And she's cool, right? So, great character overall. It's not like I like being hit with a whip or anything like that, but she's cool like that. So, yeah, S tier up to here, yeah. Next one. Bao, which is again, Bao is a fledgling psycho soldier because the day he was born. So that's an interesting thing. It says the day he was born. For the longest time, I thought Bao was a girl. Was foretold Curse Day that occurred once every 200 years. He was sent to a temple as a child for fears that he would bring about disaster. One day, however, he manifested psychic powers, which led him to be placed under the care of the Chingetsai. Fighting style, superpowers, so another psycho warrior, which looks like a girl to me. Always did. Really small. This is like the Kirby of the. It is like the Kirby of the King of Fighters, right? It's kind of cute. Wait, searches indie games, home consoles, yeah. Well, it's a child, right? He dislikes RPGs. Born the Heretic. It's because he's a kid. He doesn't like complex stuff, right? And it's good at fishing. Very interesting. Where is Bao in here? Here it is. So let's put him on B tier because I thought he was a girl and it's not. And I don't like being deceived. We have Li Xiangfei. Again, I'm probably pronouncing these names wrong. Li Xiangfei works as a bouncer and waitress at her uncle's Chinese restaurant in Southtown. She joined the women's fighter team because she was involved in an attempt to catch Kasumi Todo, who was visiting Southtown and had apparently dined and dashed. God damn it, Kasumi. Hobbies, napping, likes her friends, likes shrimp gyoza. I'm allergic to shrimp, that's not good. Dislikes, rights and practices. Yeah, again, I don't really like this character, and I don't think it's anyone's favorite character, to be honest. Your point, I played Final Fantasy VII in middle school. But he's like elementary school, right? Wow, it's like actually a kid. I also played Final Fantasy as a kid, but Final Fantasy VII. But to my point again, no one else in my school liked Final Fantasy VII, nor have played it. Right? It's normal for kids not to play that much. So Xiangfei, right? Where is Xiangfei? Where is Li Xiangfei? There, it's at the bottom. Let's put it on C tier. I don't have a particular reason to not like her, but she's kind of boring to me. Okay, let's go. Jun Hoon, very Korean. So Jun Hoon is a Taekwondo practitioner that attended the same school as Kim, and they are friendly rivals. Demonstrate. This guy's blind, right? If I remember correctly, he's blind. To demonstrate the legitimacy of his training ethics, he decided to take on Kim's rehabilitation project, in which he was put in the care of Chan Kohan and Choi Bonch. Despite his demeanor, Jun-Ho is an ardent idol and pop singer fan. Wait, he's not blind? I was pretty sure this guy was blind. Your effort has gone noticed. Fighting style, Taekwondo, collecting cologne, chasing idols. That's kind of a crime. His seagull figurines and his numerous state pop idol shows. Likes eel, Manila clams, and arrowroot tea. Dislikes shrimp, my man. I was sure this guy was blind. I don't know what to believe anymore. Yeah, but this guy like cuts you with his legs. Man, I was super sure this guy. What the fuck is wrong with these health bars, by the way? Oh, it's okay, yeah. Again, this is one of the characters I actually use in the games, so I have to... But apparently I was wrong about him being blind, so I'm gonna put him on B tier. Let's go. We have Kyo 1 and Kyo 2. I don't think those are in here. Nope. I don't see Kyo 1 and Kyo 2 in here. But they are clones of Kyo from King of Fighters 99. They use the abilities of Kyo 94 and 96. It's based on KOF 94 and Kyo 2 is 90. Yeah, okay. And they have different abilities and different sort of personalities, right? You know, you see the importance of Kyo in the games. He even has clones. Chrysalid, another great boss. I think King of Fighters does bosses very well. Collecting clones of various famous people, that's very fucked up. Collecting clones of people, it's a hobby. Likes his subordinates, sports, drinks, and butter sandwich cookies. Okay. Yeah, this was another great boss, but I think it's not... It's... Goenitz, it's better, I think. Where the fuck is this one, right? Yeah. It's A tier easy. Collecting clones while being a clone. I guess it makes him feel burn this image into your very soul and die. We have Ramon, which is another Mexican, I think. Yeah, Mexican. Yeah, this game has like 4 Mexican characters, which is surprising. I don't think games usually have like one, right? But then again, it's because of the influence of Mexico in the King of Fighters community that they have a lot of Mexican characters, right? Let's go absolutely freaking wild. Ramon is an influential luchador, Mexican pro wrestler, who has been called the strongest human alive. He has always cheerful and frank personality, although small for a fighter. He toys with his opponents by utilizing his agility and skillful throws. Fighting style lucha libre for Mexico. Hobbies playing with children. I'm not gonna take that as something weird. The mask he received from his mentor and the always beautiful Vanessa. Likes tacos and tequila because he's Mexican. Do Mexicans even like other stuff in games? I know in real life they probably like other things, right? Hobbies playing with. Hello, police! Arrest this guy. He has an eye patch. Dislikes penalties and rings outs, and fourth is pro wrestling, obviously. So I imagine if I meet a Mexican person in Mexico, they just drink tequila and eat tacos every day, all day, right? According to King of Fighters. I don't like the fighting style of Ramon. And I don't like that he's green. I mentioned it before, but I don't like green characters that much. And, you know, he's Mexican, but he's blonde with blue eyes. What is wrong with Mexican people looking brown, right? Where the hell is Ramon in here? Yeah, there he is. I'm gonna put him on B tier. I think he's okay. Let's keep going. We have Vanessa, which, you know, at your current level, you're nowhere near my full power. The Boxer. Vanessa lives a double life as a housewife and a mercenary agent. Okay. She is highly skilled in boxing and is able to KO her opponents with ease. Her husband and child are not aware of the secret life she leads. Oh, I'm a housewife and I just kill people boxing as a secret agent. Those damn foreigners are known for their blonde hair and blue eyes, of course. Look, I'm not saying there's no Mexicans with blue eyes and white skin, but if you're gonna choose one to I say blue skin, white skin. If you're gonna choose one to represent them, might be the stereotypical one, right? Which I think it's the Sug then, but she likes her wedding ring, beautiful. Hobbies, saving money and catalog shopping. Those things don't go together. Likes beer, dislike indecisive people, and ghost. And it's good at everything. As a lot of these characters are good at everything. I think this is a character you don't see every day, right? Like, she retains her feminine aspects, but also being like super badass, tomboyish. Doesn't know while she participates in the biggest fighting event of all time. Maybe they don't like fighting, right? Maybe they're watching like sports or like eating at Wendy's. I don't know. Wait, did I pick Vanessa from here? Vanessa, it's a tier. It's a tier. It's just a good character. We have Blink. Now we're stepping into the territory of characters that I really don't know that much. King of Fighters 2000, yeah, but you know, it's a member of the Hisoku, a group of assassins based in China. He joined KOF in pursuit of his best. I'm pretty sure this character is like banned on China, probably. Queens, Shengs, Gong, and Sang Martial. Again, I'm probably butchering this horribly, but Cher says the Iron Fist of Hisokulo, nothing, because he's evil and Chinese. Okay. Yeah, it's a generic evil guy, which is kind of weird and evil. I don't see anything special about him. Now, where is he in here? I'm gonna put the song again. I should just put it on repeat, but. Hmm. I don't see him in here. Ah, here he is. Let's put him on C. On D tier. I really don't like him. We have Seth. He actually is a good guy after his boss doesn't that much heinous stuff. Ah, really? Interesting. Fighting style, the art of self-defense. Wiretapping, driving, neckties to his family, fruits and veggies. A solid but kind of boring guy. I know Seth. I know a lot of people like Seth. An old acquaintance of Benimaru. No wonder I don't like him. Seth is an agent with high intelligence gathering abilities and has mastered a plethora of self-defense techniques. In addition to personal requests, he also performs reconnaissance and investigations for the military and police. He and Vanessa often work together on the same segments and can be considered partners. Yeah, I'm gonna give you points for being partners with Vanessa, and I'm gonna place you on C tier above some of these guys. We have Hinako Chiyo. Hinako attends a prestigious young women's school and is a unique female martial artist who is passionate about sumo. She is usually calm and easygoing. I was surprised when this character, Doskoi, first released because I was expecting like, oh, she's really cute, and then she does sumo, right? She participates in King of Fighters to establish a sumo club at her alma mater. Since the establishment of the club, she has continued to fight to spread the joy of sumo to as many people as possible. Fighting style, obviously sumo. Hobbies, collecting sumo, bansuke, and making accessories using herbs. Potpourri, herbal tea. Sherry says the teddy bear she received as a child likes chanko nabe by her private cook. Not pretentious at all. Tea and petite force. I don't know what that is. Dislikes bugs, bitter things, and piano practice. Very feminine. It's good at horseback riding and naginata. That's actually really cool. Let's take a look at her. Yeah, King of Fighters really has no chill when, like, they can make any type of female character, right? They don't get constrained by stupid things. Like, oh, female, oh, just I'm a sumo fighter. Yeah, let's go. Again, not my favorite character, but I think it's a good character, so let's put it on B tier. We have Kula Diamond, which, look, if you know anything about me, you will not be surprised about this. Where the hell is Kula in here? Yeah, she's the top. She's my favorite King of Fighters. I think I think it's because of Kula Diamond that we're making this tier list. Actually, I mentioned she was my favorite King of Fighters character. Kula is a modified human engineered by Ness in order to oppose K. You know, remember K, the guy with the fire glove? Well, this one has ice powers. My favorite kind of powers. She's able to instantly freeze the moisture in the air as a result of her modifications. She appears to be younger than she actually is. After all, you know, it's one of those legal ones. Wait, she appears to be younger than she actually is. After the fall of Ness, she made peace with K and began operating alongside him. Fighting style, anti-K arts. 48 kilograms, which is really not a lot. Collecting parts for amending candy. She likes candy. She likes strawberry sorbets and lollipops. She doesn't like crowds or fire, just like me. And it's good at skating. I'm tough. Not in a snowball's chance are you gonna win. Kula is fun to play. It's very fun to play. I think this is one of the few characters that I actually learn how to play. Because you can freeze people. It's really cool. And then this kind of looks like a power gazer, so I like it. And she's really, really cute. Look at this. Super cute. So yeah, she's my favorite character. No one's gonna top Kula for me. Never. We have the Candy Diamond, which is the... We have the partners of Kula that I don't think are available in the... in here. No, I actually don't see them in here, so... Well, they're gonna just take him... Kula friend. Candy is a support android for Kula. She has emotions and saved Kula. She fell back to Earth from satellite orbit. She sustained heavy damages but was later repaired. We have Zero, clone. The only one to surpass Zero is Zero himself, obviously. Zero's clones was the commander of a field unit. Yeah, I think we know that with this one, right? One is Foxy. Is she here? I think I saw Zero. Yeah, it's here, right? Let's put him on B tier. It's kind of weird because it only shows Candy, right? I don't know why it doesn't show the other ones. Ah, the other ones are here. Why is Zero in between? Well, the clone, anyway. Foxy, it's here, yeah. And she's here, right? I thought I see her before. Ah, yeah, it's here, yeah. Let's put. I don't like her that much, but she's with Kula. It's just one of the modified humans created by Ness. She always works with Diana and watches over Kula like a guardian. At first, she followed the organization orders, but she questioned their methods, resulting in her. Yeah. There she is. For some reason, it's killing Terry, but this is the Game Boy one, right? King of Fighters. I want to say Maximum Impact, but that's not it. That's the PS2 one, right? I don't remember what's the name of the Game Boy Advance King of Fighters games. It should be in here. A limited match? Or is this 2000? I don't remember. Clone Zero is Kula's boss in the oh, okay, that's why he's here. Two 2001, okay. Yeah, I'm not that good with the timeline after the 99, but and then we have Diana, right, which is the other one. I think it's gonna be in here. So we're gonna take this one to represent the other ones. I'm gonna put it on A tier just because she's with Kula. Wait, I already did Angel, right? You can beat me like that, silly Billy. We have Ron. Wait, what the fuck is this guy? 2001, yeah. Help or die, it's all the same. He doesn't even have screenshots. And I don't think he's here then. Is this guy? No, it's not this guy, right? I really have no idea who this guy is. So I'm just gonna assume it's not in here. Yeah, Diana is not playable, yeah. We have Mei Lee, which is a superhero girl, right? Competes in the King of Fighters as a member of Kim's team in place of Junhoon, who was hospitalized after a car accident. She is characterized by her two fighting styles, Standard Mode, which is a Taekwondo style, and Hero Mode, which she performs flashy moves reminiscent of Japanese tokusatsu heroes. I'm Heaven's Wrath, I live to destroy evil. It's like the superhero girl, it's really, really good. Likes watching movies, especially tokusatsu superhero flicks. The red scarf and gloves she received from a certain someone, fried chicken and cold noodles, dislikes evil, and it's good at Taekwondo. Honestly, switching styles with this character was always really fun in the games. Especially the superhero style. Ron is the ninja's boss. He's not playable though. The only thing he appears as is in Super Move for Zero. Okay, yeah. Kinda weird why they decide to include as a character and whatnot, right? I think mainly it's super base. Let's put it on the A tier. We have the original Zero, which is, I think it's the one I used then. Man, why so many characters have to be clones? It gets a little bit confusing. Is this one? They look really different. Let's put them together, but this way. There. There. There, yeah. Who's next? A senior executive who spearheaded various plans as a secret syndicate nest. He is the original Zero and is a direct subordinate of Ignis, the organization's de facto ruler. Though his strength far surpasses that of his clone, in the end he too shares his fate with Nest, losing his life in a fearsome battle. Yeah, I'm not that familiar with 2002 King of Fighters. We have Kusanagi, the other. I don't think Kusanagi is in here. Nope, it's not here. Ignis. Ignis should be in here, right? No, wait, there's no way it's not. It's this one? Yeah, it looks like that. Sarah has a pet jet black lion. A pet jet black lion? That's kind of cool. Okay, let's put this guy on A tier, but now B tier, but at the top-ish, right? I commend you for ever daring to lay a hand on me. We have Nest, which, again, these guys don't. Yeah, Misty. What the fuck is wrong with chat? One of the 4 devas, even though a chat is a child, his grip strength far exceeds the... That's terrifying and mortifying. And all sorts of fying. Luan. Girl, I can see your underboob in here. Luan is the only girl in the 4 devas, she's also the strongest. The fuck do you mean this is not a girl? Oh wait, this is not one of the 4 devas, yeah, right. Can shapeshift and become more powerful. Luan is known to be selfish. Sigh. Very deformed individual. Now we have Ash Crimson. We begin with the next stage of characters. And you know, this might be a hot take for a lot of people, but I really, really don't like Ash. I think, for me, that's where King of Fighters start going downhill. Like, I just don't like him. Her. It. I know it's a him, but... And again, it's because I don't like green characters. I'm an enemy of the color green. Yeah, I just don't like it. I don't like Ash. Dual on again. I'm not that familiar with this character, so I think I'm just gonna go with. I'm gonna do it a little bit faster, and I'm just gonna throw them on D tier because I don't know them. Shenwu, I do know Shenwu a little bit, so let's throw him. Where is he? I don't see him. Ah, there is. Yeah, that's it. Let's throw him on C tier. Just gonna go faster because it's been 2 hours already. We have Tisok, which is again another Mexican fighter. Very interesting. Next time we shall meet. Again, when I think about a Mexican, I will think about this, right? As his name in Japanese suggests, he wears a Griffon mask, but no one knows his true face or identity. He's a good guy, quote unquote, wrestler who enters the ring to bring smiles to children's faces and hates foul play. And yeah, that's like the paragon of like, when I see the WWE Mexican fighters, this is what I see, right? He's from Mexico. He likes all-you-can-eat buffets. His Griffon mask. There's nothing that won't show up on my dinner plate from interviews with Tisok. He likes to eat everything. Dislikes illegal moves and the wrestlers use them without any care in the world. And it's very good at the triathlon. I guess. I bet he is. Again, great character, great personality. I love it. Which I guess it's the same as the Raptor, right? What the hell is this suck? Wait, is this suck not here? Or am I super extremely blind? Ah, damn it. We have Gato. Yeah, he's a Dino Dude, but I didn't want to. I was expecting him to have his own. So let's put him on the top of A tier, just behind Hader. You could say he de-evolved too. We have Gato, right? Again, not too familiar with this guy. So we're gonna put him on C tier, D tier, I guess. It says, this cold and calculated masterclass fighter always strays away from the pack. He sets for vengeance after his mother died at the hands of his father. Wow, very dark. Though he wishes to go his own way, B. Janet was able to convince him to join her team in COP 15. I had to really play COP 15, as she has some info on his father's whereabouts. Hobbies, Japanese calligraphy, shares his mother necklace, likes Tom Jung-gun, dislikes those who degrade themselves, he doesn't like me, and it's good at swimming. Alright. We have Malin, which I... Okay, I had no idea this was a character. I recognize Gato, I recognize one of the other ones. This one, I don't. Fighting style that utilizes various legal and illegal weapons. Malin fights using a yo-yo fit with... Isn't that the femboy character from Blast Blue or Guilty Gear, I think? Guilty Gear, right? To her advantage and plays with her opponent similar to how the cat plays with a toy. It's said that she belongs to some kind of organization, but the details and scale are unknown. Her real name, as the purpose of participating in COF, are surprisingly unknown. From Osaka, playing the clarinet and koto, Japanese harp, custom-made hammer, swang latang vinegar pepper soup. Ooh, that sounds delicious. Curry soup, spicy food. She has good taste. Malin basically the Ninja Judy. Alright. Now where is she in here? There she is. I like her personality. I don't know her, but I like her personality. Let's put it on C tier. But at the top of C tier, yeah. We have Maki Kagura. Maki was a woman who guarded the Yatano Kagami, one of the 3 sacred treasures protected by the Kagura family. She was murdered by Goenitsu and entrusted her mission to her younger sister Chizuru. In Kino Fighter 2003, Chizuru was manipulated by Botan and resurrected her sister Maki as a phantom created by the Yata no Kagami. She stands to test the strength of this tournament participants. Alright? So it's I don't think it's gonna be in here, right? But it's just Chizuru, right? So it's okay. Adelheid Bernstein has an extraordinary natural talent for fighting, but he is a gentleman who never forgets to show respect to others. With that last name, I'm surprised. His sister Rose, however, has a unique artistic sense and does not tolerate those who do not confront her values, and because of this, she is used by those from the past. Alright. Is this guy in here? Actually, it's this one, right? Is this one? Yeah, it's this one. C tier. Yeah, let's drop it at C tier. Not too familiar with them, to be honest. We have Rose Bernstein, which looks really cute. Rose appears just before the final round of Kino Fighters 2003 and is responsible for guiding the winner to the airship Sky Noah. She's sorely fond of her older brother Adelheid and longs for him to become the strongest fighter in the world. Likes piano herself, likes rose petals preserved in sugar, and doesn't like ugly, weak people. Well, she doesn't fight but appears with her brother in this cutscene, I guess. But I don't think she's gonna be in here. But she's cute. Let's put the music hopefully one last time. I'm running out of characters. We have Mukai, which looks like the other guy that I didn't know. King of Fighters 13. Was the being that held the CoF 2003 tournament to test the possibilities of human beings? He is a member of those from the past. I call that appear from a different existence, a different time, and a different place from people living in the present day. He broke the seal of Orochi, one of the forces of Earth's will, and facilitated its resurrection. Alright, buddy. But I don't see him in here. It's this one? We have Oswald. It's Oswald in here. Okay, it's really cool. Petrification in fighting games. I feel like petrification is really frustrating in fighting games. Let's put it on D tier. I don't really like his design. Elizabeth Blank Torch. I do know this one. She appeared on King of Fighters 13, which is one I actually played. Childhood friend of Ash, Elizabeth is part of the Blank Torch bloodline, a family tasked with stopping those from the past. Blank style martial arts and light fist technique. Yeah. Yeah, she's pretty cool. She's pretty cool. I like her. Mukai, it's the gray one, yeah. So let's put Mukai in C, and Elizabeth on A tier. Let's put it on A tier, like here, yeah. Only when you lose your pride do you face it through defeat. Understood? Understood. Duck King, a classic from all times, right? Likes dancing, dancing, and dancing. His pet duckling Peachan likes buttered corn and dislikes rising tackle. Rising tackle, it's a move from Terry, right? So he really doesn't like being rising tackle. All right, that's great. That's great. That's a good one, man. I didn't expect a joke in the website, but I guess no one likes being racing tackle, right? Yeah, Duck King, I would say it's a classic, but not my favorite, so I'm gonna drop him on B tier. Just slightly above these guys. We have B Janet, another great character. I guess from the new characters that they've been implementing, I think this is one of the best too. The leader of the band of pirates known as the Leading Knights, B Janet has traveled the world far and wide. Daughter of the Byrne family, an influential international cartel, she became bored of their luxurious but tedious life and ran away from the Lily Knights. After a tumultuous events that transpired in King of Fighters 14, B. Janet has her suspicions that the world is not over yet and sets her sights on joining the KF-15 to see what's in store. LK Arts, United Kingdom, doing nail art, her friends in the Lily Knights and their brand new self-manufactured state-of-the-art weaponry, likes sirloin steak, keeps some carefully stored away. Wait, what? Where? Their diesel-powered ship because it stinks, and tennis and horse riding. Look at her face. This is actually a really cool attack. I like it. Yeah, I think she's A tier, easy. We had Momoko, which, again, I don't really seem to recognize. Just appeared in one game. What the hell? Psychic powers, another... Plus capoeira, oh, that was interesting. Ear cleaning and napping, her family and her stuffed animal seal, eggs and dairy products, cockroaches, dodgeball. By recommendation of Shin Gensai, Momoko joined King of Fighters 11 is a new member of the Psycho Soldier team. She might look like an elementary school student, yeah. But in actuality, she's a high school student. Momoko combines capoeira skills with her psychic power to battle powerful opponents. It was a good idea, but the character doesn't look that great. Is she in here? Is this Momoko? Yeah, seems to be. I like the concept, not so much the execution. Let's just drop in here. Guy Tendo. What is with this generic dude? He's a character who participates in a mixed martial arts tournament in the 3D fighting game Buriki 1. And King of Fighters 11, apparently? He's not gonna be in here, right? Nah. Sho Hayate. Was King of Fighters 11 such a mess that there's a bunch of characters that never appear again and no one remembers? I'm the best there is. No, you're not. You never appear again. Yeah, I really don't see him in here. Yasu. Oh, this one looks cool. Go to hell. Yasu is a boss character in Kitsune Encounter Super... Yeah, I play Kitsune Encounter, but... King of Fighters? He's the leader of the dark and mysterious organization Jaga. King of... Yeah. Does someone have an idea what the fuck was happening during King of Fighters 11? So I certainly don't. Silver, Shion. None of these characters is gonna be in here, right? Magaki. Ah, this one is actually in here. Which is from King of Fighters 11. Has many guest characters from other SNK games. Magaki hosts King of Fighters 11 to revive Orochi, who was unsealed by Mukai. His true identity is that he's a member from the cult from those from the past, who traveled to the present day through a time leap using planetary alignment that it's said to occur once every several hundred years. How convenient. Well, he looks kinda cool. Show me the potential people have. Let's put him on B tier. Yeah, it seems like they just wanted to have any character that they could. Raiden. For example, I don't like this wrestler. I remember. I know who Raiden is. I don't like him. So I'm just gonna drop him on D tier. The debutness of Chan Kohan and Choi Bon, she participated in GOF 13 as a member of Kim's team along with Hajai. The Rismin amusement parks, his mask collection, steak made from Australian beef, koalas, and football. Wait, he's from Australia? I thought he was like so Mexican. I guess I'm super racist and just assume everyone with a mask is Mexican. Hajai, I don't know how to pronounce that. Hajai, I don't know. Muay Thai champion, former Muay Thai champion that first appeared in Fatal Fury. Yeah, I don't like this guy. But he should be in here, yeah. Thailand, fishing, photos of his tournament victories, Tom Yum-kun with Cobra meat. These people are weird. Airplanes and doesn't like marathons. Shion is on the list. Shion is on the list? Ah, yeah, she's on the list. Based on Chinese wushu and switches between two fighting modes, barehanded and with a spear. Although he looks feminine, yeah, he fooled me. He is in fact a man. Shion is a member of those from the past, and he invades GOF 11 to test the powers of humans, aiming to awaken Orochi. Chinese wushu, cooking, his braids, any culinary delicacy. Well, his wife material, husband material, I don't know. Okay, let's put a little bit on the top of D tier. Thank you for telling me. I usually miss this. Oh, Mr. Karate, yeah! One of the best. He's a Kyokin-style karate practitioner who wears a Tengu mask. His true identity is unknown. No one knows who it is. It's a mystery. I used to call him Mr. Tengu, but I guess it's Mr. Karate, but it doesn't have, it's not in here. But we know who he is, right? He has a good position. Unless you master Hawken, you will never beat me. We have Psyche. which doesn't have any information, but it's Ash, right? It's Ash. So we're gonna put it right beside Ash at the bottom. That's a cool boss. I have to admit it. This is a cool boss fight. Especially this one. As much as I don't like Ash, it's a cool boss fight. And evil Ash. It's evil Ash in here. I don't think it's in here, no. We have Shun Wei, Shun A, I don't know. I really don't like this guy because it's another one of those things that it's not that the character is a problem. I just think he dresses like a 12-year-old anime protagonist, which is it's might as well what it is. But it's supposed to be like the next protagonist of the game. So it's just I don't know. Due to his mysterious powers, he was abandoned at a young age by his parents and was raised as a disciple of Tong Fu Rue. Through Hakukusengen training, a lot of complicated Japanese words. He learned to control his hidden powers. He has set out to challenge other fighters from all over the world with his close friend Meiten-kun. Listening to music, his parents' keepsakes, sweets, bitter things, ball games. It's a kid, right? But I really don't like how he looks. And I think the powers are kind of ridiculous. It's like very anime. I don't know if I'm being clear, but I guess this picture tells you what you need to know, right? King of Fighters used to be about martial arts and, yeah, fire powers, electric powers. This guy just summons big hands, right? I don't know. The same with Ash. I really don't like this era of the King of Fighters. The same with Meiten-kun. I really don't like this character. Going back to sleep for the 5th time, pajamas, tamagoyaki, Chota kid, Again, all of these characters from the King of Fighters are really not my cup of tea. I feel like this is when I fell out of love with the King of Fighters. And I know a lot of people like these characters. I respect them. I just think it's past my time for those characters. This is again another old man. It's not like we don't have other old mans already, right? But I'm gonna put it on C tier because we have to respect the old mans. Tung Fu Rei is the founder of the Hakukusen, which allows practitioners to freely manipulate chi. Despite being a small old man, he attacks through powerful muscular aura. He's only the master of Shuns. Yeah, we can see it here. That's the only reason he's up in the tier. It's because I like how he attacks. It reminds me of like Master Roshi or like the old man from Bleach. It's that kind of character, right? So I respect it. We have Sylvie Paula, that it's clearly Kiari Piamu Piamu, right? It's clearly Kiari Piamu Piamu. I mean, it was also about primordial snake entities reincarnating in the body of the smallest Swedish. Alright, if you put it that way, okay, yeah, I guess it's true. You have a good point there. But we have Kiari Piamu Piamu, also known as Sylvie Paula. One of the last remnants of Ness, the beautiful young girl Sylvie was considered useless by the secret society until the day she demonstrated the extent of her electromagnetic powers. After the collapse of Ness, she was scouted by the KF-14 tournament organizer during an underground fighting event. She has electromagnetic force, the weight is private, she's from France, collecting fingerprints, good-looking men, the piano, her friends, her favorite eye, and the friend who live inside her head. She's not crazy, right? Sweets, meat, and Miyaku kombu. Dislikes things that aren't cute, birds that are just growing in, and she's good at horizontal bar. Don't forget, or you'll get hurt. Electrical leaks happen, so be alert. Okay. I mean, it's Kiari Piamu Piamu. What do you want? It's clearly... That's the intention. It's not even a secret, right? And as much as I don't like Kiari Piamu Piamu, I think it's funny that we have this kind of character, so let's put it on B tier. We have Kukri, which is a great name because I think it's a knife. Kukri, it's a knife, right? The fighting style is Hot Sand Assassin's Fist. Always scheming. This is Gaara, right, from Naruto, I guess. Between the cracks of society, Kukri can bury anyone who challenged him with the sand-based techniques. His true visage is known as his hood constantly blocks his face. He wrangles both Ash and Elizabeth into joining the King of Fighters 15 in order to fulfill his plan. It's a guy that uses sand, yeah, and doesn't have a face, as far as we know, right? He's right here. It's easy. D tier, I guess. Not a big fan of him. We're almost done. We're almost done. We have Mian, which has a mask. I bet Monimi will love this if she was watching. Mian is a female fighter who battles using moves from the traditional Chinese dancing art of the Sichuanese opera-like style, with Sylvie Mian also participates in the underground fighting scene. Despite her high dancing skill, Mian is an extremely shy person and doesn't drop her mask often. Trying to reveal her natural smile, her family, spectators, fake glasses, her smartphone to check exchange rates. Likes Siniperka Chwatsi deep fried whole with a sweet and sour sauce. Dislikes a stranger's gaze, and it's good at bowling, right? He's kind of interesting. In 14, he tried to revive his mother figure. Oh, just like Gara, I told you, it's Gara. I like this one. This is a very interesting character. I don't know a lot about this character, but it looks really interesting. So let's put her on actually 8 here. Yeah. No one can predict the timing of my Bianlian, right? We have Nelson. I really don't know anything about this guy. It looks like a boxer. Prodigy had lost an arm after a terrible accident, but was been able to quickly return to the ring thanks to a prosthesis based on the latest and most advanced. This is Jax from Mortal Kombat. It looks like it looks pretty whatever, to be honest. Put it on D tier. We have Sarina. It's a very smiling and cheerful female fighter fond of samba dance. She uses her dancing skills to kick her opponents in rhythm. She fights hard to protect the nesting place of her toucan companion Coco. Ah, that's kind of cute. Whose species is facing the threat of extinction. It's from Colombia, but lives in Brazil. Dance, cocoa, sweets, people with bad manners, and beach volleyball. Looks very ethnic. Interesting enough. Let's put it on C tier. I like her motivation for fighting. Bandeiras Hattori. Fascinated by ninjas since his childhood, his hard work and training have paid off, allowing him to acquire amazing ninjutsu ninpo skills. Founder of the Brazilian Ninja Arts Dojo, though unfortunately Bandeiras has no students at the moment. Oh, poor guy. My Brazilian ninjutsu! What the fuck? Brazilian ninjutsu. Brazil training. The amulet to pray for the safety of family he received from a tourist when he was a kid. Sushi, dislikes frogs, and all types of athletics. It's like a capoeira ninja, right? Interesting enough. What's next? Gang Lee. He's the chairman of the World's Taekwondo Federation and Kim's master as well. His astonishing kicking technique can break through any opponent guard, always accompanied with a different woman each time he comes back from his travels. Gang Lee's personality is the complete opposite of Kim's. So it's like evil Kim. Shadow Kim. Alright, just because he's related to Kim, I'm gonna put it on C tier. We have Luong, which is a very attractive woman. It's a femme fatale type of fighter with mysterious motivation. She will lacerate her enemies like a whip with her long legs, and her ranged taekwondo kicking techniques. Luong met Gang Lee during his world tour and fell in love with him. No, woman, why won't you do that? Taekwondo-ish? It's a question. Wait, she won't tell you. Heart. Nail care, nails, almonds, dry weather, and ballet. Well, look at that leg go. Yeah, she has really long legs. This one I'm gonna base barely, like purely on looks, and I'm gonna put her on B tier. But really high on B tier. There. I'm going to take good care of you, thank you. the King of Dinosaurs, but I already used this for the song, right? King of Dinosaurs is a mysterious heel wrestler who wears a Tyrannosaurus mask. His true identity is unknown. He's capable. Yeah. He's capable of taking down seasoned martial artists with his powerful wrestling moves. He joins Ramon together in the newly formed Gao and aims to become the fiercest dinosaur in the galaxy. It's a Mexican dinosaur, all-you-can-eat buffets, legendary beast mask, Parasaurolophus. I guess that's a dinosaur. Dislikes meteorites, ice ages, and fucking idiots. But he also likes triathlons, the same as the other one. As you can see, it's the same guy, but wait, what? There. It's the same guy, but with a different mask, right? Same Mexican dude, different mask. Wait, it's the stream down? Is the stream okay? I feel like it died a little bit. I'm gonna hurry before the internet goes away. We have Nakoruru, which is not exactly from King of Fighters, but it's from Samurai Shodown, right? Really cute. Dancing with swords, arts of the Shikanakamui. You know, I'm gonna go faster. So, it's all good, right? It's all good. So, she's another S tier. Yeah, I'm gonna put it right here. She's really cool like that. She has a bird. Look at it. Like a bird. And she fights with the bird. So cute. So, Kamui Kotan, listening to the voice of nature, the Kamui Kotan forest and animals, the dumplings, shark fin soup, and almond jelly that she had during one trip. Evil humans who pollute nature, and she doesn't have any forte, right? Fear the wrath of Mother Nature. Great character. Muy, again, not the complete sprite for whatever reason. Eating Hours, Pui Pui, Nikuman, which is the meat buns, right? Bad guys, and foot races. Is descendant of the Dragon Clan. In addition to strict kung fu training, she hits the jackpot with these intense powers from her dragon blood. She is on a journey to find jewels which hold mysterious powers. She's an energetic and gluttonous girl. We have characters that are similar to her. Actually, she's not here. What the hell? She's not here? She's that not important? Okay. We have Love Heart, which I also don't see in here. Yeah, a lot of these characters are not here, so I'm just gonna skip over them. We have Xanadu. The legendary criminal is currently imprisoned in an underground jail. He has ideas and concepts hard to understand from the average person. Xanadu is considered as the king of the underground by the other prisoners. Will he lead Chang and Choi back to their lives of crime? Hopefully not. He likes proteins and dislikes the big rib. Look at this! Look at this! This is fucked up and it's terrifying. I don't like this guy. You're going into the bottom because you're fucking terrifying. Yeah, stay there. Sadly, it's actually very terrifying. Hen is one of the members of Howard Connection, although modest, mild manner, and never seeming to break his polite tone. He does have a sadistic side. He fights in a style known as Gambit, with beautiful moves named after chess terminology. Yeah, very pretentious. And he was in here. In fact, let's put him on C tier. We have Alice from Fatal Fury, right? Wanting to be like Terry Bogard, she's the female Terry Bogard. Alice speaks of her own fighting style from those of the fighters gathered in Southtown. Although still rough, her outstanding physique and sense for fighting will make her formidable with time. She's known for her cheerful and somewhat irresponsible personality. Self-taught Southtown arts. Birthplace America and Japan. What? Dancing, her Terry plushie, bananas, broccoli, and basketball. Alright? She's the female Terry, right? Xanadu is generally the most insane character in this franchise. His ultimate is literally getting a message from... Wait, what? Really? Gotta watch that. Yeah, this is a nice character. It's a female Terry, right? So we're gonna put it right on top of Terry because being female, it's better. Let's continue. I will let you say it was just beginner's luck. I like characters that admire other characters in the universe. Antonov, the Siberian Golden Fist. Watching calming programs, mainly ones featuring small animals. He likes dogs. Changes every meal. Dislikes changes based on the surroundings. Only watching sports. Keep your age peeled, folks. This is fighting on a galactic scale. This guy is very annoying to me, but put it on C tier. We have Burst, which I don't think it's in the list. Burst. We have Naht. He's a very quiet person dressed with an abaya, traditional Saudi garment, with extraordinary powers. At night, she puts on her abaya and turns into a vigilante. To protect her, it's like Batman. Her fellow citizens, in contrast to her mysterious appearance, she's a college student during the day. If that were enough to do me in, how will I protect my town? She likes cosmetics and dates and people who doesn't like people who lack courtesy, right? It's an interesting character. Can't say I know anything about her, but it's this one, right? Let's put it at the bottom of B tier too. We have Rock Howard, which again, it's related to Terry. Well, not literally, but well, literally too, right? But I don't really like Howard that much. Let's put it on the bottom of A tier. The biological son of the Kingpin of South, Giz Howard, and raised by the legendary fighter Terry Bogard, Rock is the ultimate fighter who has mastered Howard's and Bogart's fighting techniques. He's not good with women, perhaps because he grew up in a male-dominated household. You'll need wings after I send you sorry. The good old USA, Thorin playing the bass, the hat Terry gave him, his bag. He likes jambalaya, people who boast all the time, and street basket. You may remember this guy as the twin Terry Bogard with wings. No one remembers it like that. We have Isla. Isla is extremely energetic graphic artist based in South America. Though she lives a life of solitude, she has developed a deep and trusting relationship with her phantom arms. Again, another character with phantom arms. It's from Chile, graphic arts, Amanda painting her dreams. Likes whatever Chilenitos is. Dislikes adults on high horses. And it's good at parkour. Again, I don't really like that new wave of King of Fighters characters. But she's not the worst. So I'm going to put it like in the middle of D tier. Yeah. Let's whip them up, Amanda. Let's go. Dolores. It's me or there's a bunch of new characters that I didn't know about. At a bear hermit in the hinterlands of Africa, Dolores has allied herself with Hadern. Her psychic medium capabilities allow her to contact the spirits of the earth, and she uses holy soil to combat her foes. Apparently, one of the many resurrected thoughts traverse, Dolores might hold the key to its secret. However, her connection to it remains a mystery. Astronomical observation, order, her disciples, Tajin, disorder, and beach volleyball. I mean, interesting enough. Let's put it at the top of C tier. We have Cronin, which is like discount K. Mysterious young man, unknown, motorcycle, his favorite, goggles, nuts, MREs. You like MREs? Okay. Soldier boy. C tier, I guess. I really have to finish this stream. I'm actually running out of time to stream. Reverse, which again, it's not gonna be in here. Otomaraga, which is also not here. Haomaru, which again, it's from Samurai Shodown, which it's really cool, so I'm gonna put it on A tier. But it's not exactly a King of Fighters character, so it's gonna be at the bottom. We have Darly Dagger, which is, it's a name, alright. Like surfing, her ship, Castella, it's somewhere in the sea. You want to test your might? Be my guest. Alright. Sorry if I'm rushing these last characters, but I really have to go now. I didn't expect this stream to go this long, to be honest. Krohen is K999 from the older... Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't like K999 anyway, so it's all good. We have Nameless. which is nameless, doesn't have a fighting style. His custom-made gloves. And has a giant... Oh, okay. I see. Yeah, let's put him on D tier also. Actually, I'm gonna help this guy because it's so creepy. It's at least B tier, just for the creepiness factor. We have Alpha Meta, which is also not in here. These guys are from Maximum Impact, right? Yeah, from Maximum Impact. But no one cares about Maximum Impact. Man, Maximum Impact was such a mess of character design. Even have Theo and Hanzo Hattori. Look at this fucking guy! Oh god. This one was kinda cool. Makoto Mitsuchigumi, Wild Wolf, Mr. Karate, and Kyo again. Well, let's I forgot to put this guy let's just put it on C tier. Okay, so that will be. I will save this image after I finish the stream, and I will post it on Blue Sky, on the Discord server, and on the YouTube community tab, so people can see my ratings, right? Wait, before I go, you guys put, Al says, I like the one who fights, and Murimi says, Mei for your favorite characters. Okay, so, thank you guys for watching. I don't usually do tier lists because they usually take so much time, and I have to speak so much, and I'm not good at speaking a lot, so thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the tier list. If you have other suggestions for tier lists, let me know. I don't promise I will do them. Preferably something with not 100 characters. But if I like the game or series or whatever, and I know it, and it's not too big, I will try to do another tier list next Friday. So thank you guys for watching. I do enjoy a lot of King of Fighters. Actually, making this tier list make me want to play the newer games I haven't played, which is from 11 to the present. So yeah, I will see you guys in the next stream, in the game, or whatever I decide to do with this channel. I'll see you later.